Hello, I'm Juel McNeilly, and this is Grounds. The importance of being. There are so many possibilities in this world. There are so many poles. There is so much that can take our attention outside of ourselves. And there is such a value of doing, of having to do something, of doing healing, of doing wellness, of doing practices that we step away from being of service to ourselves through all of this doing. And I'm not against taking action. I believe deeply that taking action gives us feedback and can move us forward. But we've lost this art of being and learning to experience and be with what is in the moment. And for me, how I experience that, or how I want to communicate that, is in dropping the need to do sometimes in order to step into the body and just feel. So we're often chasing, like we can have this beautiful sensation or energy rush or, emotion that is passing through us, and somewhere we get pulled into the mind and what can I do to facilitate this? Instead of just feeling. Instead of stopping, breathing, and feeling what those sensations are. And that through that, those sensations get amplified with that presence. And that goes with a need to also move away from pain. It goes with that need inside of us to avoid being with the discomfort. Like, how can I soothe myself? How can I step into safety? How can I do something to make this stop or heal myself so that I don't have to go here or be here anymore? I've been here for so long. And that drive away from inhibits the possibility to be able to be with that discomfort, feel what it is, and through that presence, find space. Through that presence, find the acceptance of what is happening in this moment and what it feels like truly, for it to metabolize, for it to move on, for it to transform without having to do anything. The doing is within the presence itself. And this is exactly what I speak about with so many people, and also have had to find space within myself to metabolize what is there. Where do I need to stop to feel? Where am I avoiding to be with myself in these small signals that are communicated to me within me? And that there is nothing to do. That I can try different practices for it to help me or to support me in being. Though essentially it is just slowing down to feel. So if you feel that you get pulled into that chain of thought that has you drifting away from your experience. And it can be an experience of something beautiful, like an orgasm. How can I make this better? Or how do I expand this throughout my whole body? Or how do I have an orgasm in the moment, instead of feeling the sensations of what is there, stepping more and more deeply into the sensations of the experience that journeys you towards orgasm. And at the same time, when we are in discomfort and confronted and triggered in the moment, that instead of responding or reacting or going into our drama story, going into our normal pattern of whatever it is that we do to avoid, to slow down and perhaps excuse ourselves if we need to excuse ourselves, to be able to feel more deeply and to be with what is, and to come from that part of ourselves of being, and to move it, to allow the next experience to unfold while we stay in our body, while we stay in our center. And then we can take the energy that was heightened if we were triggered, or if there were powerful emotions there, and learn to diffuse it in another way at another moment of time. But not to move into that directly, not to directly go into activation, but to first start with being present with it, understanding it, and giving it the presence that allows you to feel so deeply into what it is, instead of what your brain, what your story is telling you that it is. Opening to shift. I hope you enjoyed this. I would love to hear from you. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast, please rate it 5 stars. It helps people find it. Thank you for listening.